Thanksgiving, the new horror movie out on the big screen. Let's talk about it. Okay, so Thanksgiving is the newest horror movie that is now out in theaters for you guys to go and check out right now. Now, this is a horror movie that takes place during Thanksgiving time where a killer gets loose and is out for revenge or for cooking people or he's just out for a murderous rage. Like, come on, man, it's Thanksgiving. That's how he celebrates it. Let's just chill out. We're going to talk about this movie, right? Okay? It's because I've got a lot of things to say about this movie, and they're not necessarily good things. Now, let's start off with some of the positives of Thanksgiving. Some of the kills were a bit creative. I didn't expect it. And some of it was, like, pretty gross. Which is exactly what I want in my horror movies when I go to see a slasher or something like that. I want to see the blood. I want to see the gore. And this movie doesn't shine away from that. I mean, you've seen it in the trailer with the face in the water and then onto the refrigerator or the freezer door. That was brutal. The next bit of that kill just didn't really make sense though, but it is what it is. There's other ones in here as well, as we see in the trailer with the ears. That was creative and man, that hurt like a motherfucker. I'll tell you that now. There's other kills in here that were, very gory. And I was like, yeah, I like that bit of it. Because I'm a psychopathic killer, apparently. Because I like these type of horror movies, like Saw and stuff like that, where there's a lot of blood and gore. But that's just what I like in my horror movies. However, that's kind of where the positives end for me with this movie. Now, I didn't find this movie funny at all. I didn't feel like the jokes landed. The comedic timing wasn't there. And the characters themselves, I just hated the characters. I want characters I want to root for in a horror movie. I kind of want to see some of them survive, but I'm just kind of like, can we just get these annoying characters out of the way? I'm rooting for the killer at this point. I'm rooting for him to roast them and kill them and do what he needs to do. Because I just can't bear them on screen. They're just so unlikable. And I don't know if that's done on purpose or not, but you shouldn't really want your main characters to be hated that much. Unless they are the villains of the show or the movie. And in this case, they are not. So there's that I didn't enjoy. The story itself is kind of like, I mean, I get it, because there's stuff about Black Friday in here, and we've all seen those videos of Black Friday and how mental it can be. So I understand that bit, but the whole rest of the movie doesn't make any sense at all. And I'm just kind of like, what is going on here? It just didn't connect the dots. And then when the twist of the movie gets revealed, the big reveal, who is the killer of Thanksgiving? Who is the one doing all this? It makes zero sense. It doesn't work at all. And I'll tell you why it doesn't work without going into spoilers. This person who is the killer is either the Flash or the Flash. Because it just doesn't make any sense how they can be in two different parts. Now, the easiest way I can describe Thanksgiving is it's like they went up to the people who created Scream and were like, can we copy your homework? And they're like, yeah, but just change it a bit. That's what Thanksgiving is. Now, what worked really well for Scream is having multiple killers so that you could have that misdirect at all times. Okay, so it's not, you instantly think it's not him because he's in here and this is where the killer is. However, in this movie, there's only one killer and it just doesn't make sense to how this person is getting around. It makes zero sense unless they are super speed and running from different places. It doesn't work. And the third act is the icing on the cake to how that happens, because something happens, there's a chase, and then all of a sudden, it's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Like, the timing of the whole place and everything doesn't line up. So, like, look, I get it. You can make a bad campy horror film, and I love some of those. I think they're just absolutely outrageously fun. They don't make sense, but they're fun. This one just didn't do it for me at all, and it doesn't even have like a little bit of logic to it, like just a little bit. Nope, it doesn't. So you've got, for me, unlikable characters who I just did not like at all. Like, the school kids are just so unbearable. You've obviously got the jock. Hey man, I'm the jock, I play football. And you know what? I want you to do my homework, and I'm going to be fighting the killer. Let's go fight the killer. You got the stereotypic tropes there. You know, it's old, it's boring, it's dull, and I just don't like that. And it just doesn't work in this movie. It just doesn't. You know, the cinematography is great. It looked gorgeous. I like how they created the aesthetic look of this movie. And you know, when you go into these moments where the killer is striking, you want to be on the edge of your seat. Like you want to be like, okay, you know, build this tension up for me for when this happens. But everything is a bit predictable. And then when you throw in the dumb characters, it becomes too predictable. It becomes, they're going to make this dumbass decision that's going to cost them their lives, and the killer's going to kill them this way. It's so predictable. And look, I don't mind. You can make a movie predictable and it can work. It really can. If you build the tension right. And you don't have these characters that you know are constantly going to make these same mistakes over and over and over and again. Now, what I also don't like is incompetent cops throughout these horror movies. Why even have them there? They don't do anything. Like, they can't even do their job properly in the movie. Like, you've got the SWAT and everything in this movie, and, like, no one, like, it doesn't flick on their head at all what is occurring or anything like that. It's frustrating. It really is frustrating because I wanted to like this movie. I heard people say that this was good and that they really enjoyed it, and I was like excited. I wasn't excited by the trailers when I first saw it. I thought the trailers looked like, okay, this is going to be one of those horror movies that's going to be dumb, that may not work. And then when people were saying, oh no, this is like cool, and that, I was like, yes, here we go. Let's do it. And I got in there and I was let down. I was let down. Now, the dialogue I didn't particularly think was great either. I didn't think the dialogue was anything special. It's very messy. I felt like this was very messy and it dragged on. It really did. This felt like it was 2 hours or longer. It just kept going and going and going. And then just when you think you're at the climactic end, nope. We're moving on to the next one. And I was just like, okay, that's how we're doing it. No, but yeah, look, overall, for me, Thanksgiving didn't work for me. Didn't work for me. But it may have worked for you. So let me know in the comment section below. Did Thanksgiving work for you? Did you guys love this horror movie? Maybe you did, and that's awesome if you did. I'm glad that you guys did. For me, it didn't work. So smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay safe and have a good Thanksgiving. Peace out.